Good morning, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this week's car boot haul, which could have been subtitled the What I Bought from Steve show, because I think barring 3 items on my table today, 1, 2, 3, everything I bought today was from Steve, just the one guy. It is a wet and soggy day today, and the car boot was small accordingly. The two barns were full, but there was very little in the courtyard because it had been raining all morning. Whether people had turned up and gone home when they realised they couldn't get into the barns, or whether they'd tried setting up outside and then given up early like we did the week that we did one and it rained, I don't know. But it was a small car boot. That's okay. I don't need to buy a lot of stock, but I get FOMO if I don't go. So that's why most of my stuff's come from Steve, because there wasn't a great deal. The thing is that although the 2 barns are full, the regular traders know that they need to get there early if they want to be in a barn, and therefore the barns are full of the regular traders, which means, as I've said before, that it's full of the regular stock that I've seen 100 times before and don't want to buy. So unfortunately for me, on a wet day, you don't get very many amateur sellers who are just clearing out, which is, as you know, that's my bag. That's what I like. But I've still done okay. I've got a table with stuff here, and quite a strong filler bag game today. An odd filler bag, but quite a strong one. We'll do filler bag last today, I think. I've got my empty bag ready to put the stuff into. And I will show you the 3 things that I didn't get from Steve, because everything else is from Steve. So I paid 50p for a pocket Scrabble. As always, I will need to open it and check all the pieces are there, but these do sell quite consistently for reasonable money, and certainly for more than the 50p I paid. It won't come out of its box. It likes it in there. Why won't you come out? There we go. It does look in, I would say, almost mint condition. The bag looks as though it's possibly never been unfolded. So I would say that's a strong chance. The board's there. Strong chance that all the bits are there. It's not completely mint, because I think when you buy it new, these little magnetic tiles will come on one little sheet that you detach them from. So I think it has been used, but maybe the bag was never used. So 50p for that. And then I paid £2 for this. It's marked at 3, but the lady was happy to take 2. This is a conical strainer as used in a commercial kitchen. These cost 50 quid. The brand is Vogue. I don't know if I can get it to pick up on the camera because it's chrome and it's reflective. But the brand is Vogue, and they cost 50 quid new. So there's a decent resale on that. I've got to get that sticker off. I do wish people would use peelable stickers. I understand why they don't, because they just use a roll of sticky labels, but that's going to be a job for a wet wipe and some sticky label remover. But yeah, I should easily be able to get 20 quid for that. So that was a very nice pickup for 2 quid. Absolute swine to pack though, because of the weird shape. And then the last thing I bought not from Steve was this bag, and it is 60 Scentsy wax melt samples. There are 60 in there. I think I've only got 2 duplicate aromas, fragrances, scents even. So there's every kind of scent you could possibly imagine is in there, and there's 60 of them. They sell on eBay. People have got them listed at £1 each, and they've got them on a multi-listing where they just drop down and select your different chosen scent, and quite often they've got them on buy one get one 50% off or whatever. I think I'm going to bundle them, not as a whole bundle. I'm not going to do all 60, but I might possibly do 10 listings of 6 per bundle and do 6 for a £5. And if I did that and made 50 quid, that would be a very good return. Obviously fees, blah blah blah, but that would be a nice return on my 5 quid, wouldn't it? I'd be quite happy turning 5 quid into 50 before fees. And then everything else on the table, and of course the filler bag, is from Steve. And I paid in total today £15. So your filler bag is normally £3. Again, I say this every week, but sometimes there's people who don't know. Steve does this thing where you can take a bag for life and you can fill it out of the entire one side of his stall, and you can get as much stuff as you can cram into it for £3. Some days I get a very full bag, some days I get less, but for 3 quid it's always worth doing. And then essentially then everything else cost me 12. So an almost full pack of puppy training pads. We do have a 5-month-old puppy in the house. She is so much better. She's so much better. She will run downstairs, and as long as one of us gets there in time, she'll go out for a wee. I'm not very quick on my legs. Which means sometimes she's down there and she's waiting for me and she gives up waiting. So we have a mat down in the front room just in case. But if you can get there, she'll go out. And then she goes in with Natalie at night and has the door shut. She has a mat down at night at the moment. So we're still using training pads is the bottom line. And they're expensive. But this is a pack of, how many was in there? 30 originally. And I would say there's only a couple gone out of there. Wouldn't you? Look how many. There's absolutely loads in there. So that was definitely worth grabbing. I bought some a couple of weeks ago as well. I don't think we've paid full price for a pack of puppy pads yet. And 4 Tupperware canisters. I bought Tupperware last week that's already been... Oh, it's not even Tupperware, is it done enough to wedge itself together? It's already been going well. Come out! 2 this size, 2 this size, and lids. So I thought they were worth grabbing since the other ones have done so well this week. Remember, we're looking at 12 quid for everything apart from the filler bag. So I've got E.T. I think he should possibly have a little red jacket on, although I'm not sure. E.T. obviously wears Elliot's hoodie, doesn't he, in the film, and it's a red hoodie. But maybe he didn't originally come with a hoodie, I'm not sure. He is from Universal Studios. E.T. the Extra, blah, 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 blah. And he's a Uni Minis. The range is Uni Minis. I can't find him. I was looking earlier on. I can't find him on the soles yet, but I haven't looked very much. Anthony wanted fluffy dice, ironic fluffy dice for his car. I said to him, look, fluffy dice, do you want them? And he went, yeah. So there we go. Got Anthony a pack of fluffy dice. A tiny Starbucks coffee cup with an Easter design. It is a little bit late for Easter this year, but people do collect Starbucks mugs. So, oh, it's 2007, that one. There you go. That is already 17 years old. Is that right? It'd be 17 years old this year, wouldn't it? How is 2007 that long ago? How am I this old? Past the Pigs. I always buy Past the Pigs if I see it. Don't speed out, but they do sell. An Art of Tarot, something else that I always grab if I see one. It's an Art of Tarot. This one has been sellotaped down. I don't think that's the original seal. I think it's been sellotaped. I may have to try and very gently peel that sellotape off just to make sure everything's in there. If it was the original seal, I'd have been quite happy with that. 2 of these, which are Franklin Mint limited edition plates. They are American Indian Heritage Foundation Museum. We've got We Are Part Fire and Part Dream, and We Belong to the Earth does not belong to us. There's varying prices on these, but American Indian Heritage stuff is quite often very popular. Varying prices. I would estimate to be able to get at least a tenner each on those. That's if I don't chip them, smash them, drop them, or otherwise annihilate them before I get them listed. And then the last thing on the table is this bag. This is a Grommet Unleashed bag, but it does not bear any relation to the contents. However, the bag itself may have some resale. I'll have to have a look and find out. In the bag, intriguing noises off camera, is a whole lot of napkin rings. So I've just been looking through them a minute ago. I have 4 of these filigree fretwork. None of them are solid silver. They are all silver plate or EPNS. So 4 of these fretwork ones. I have 2 random individual ones that don't match anything else. I have 4 of these. Again, I think these are either EPNS or chrome plated. And annoyingly, they have numbers on them. And what I have, was it these ones that had the numbers? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I've got them mixed up with something else. Hang on. No, it's these fretwork ones that have the numbers. Annoyingly, they have on them 1, 4, 5 and 6, which means I'm obviously missing 2 and 3 of a set of 6, aren't I? These ones do not have any numbers on. And then 4 of these quite nice 6-sided, like elongated hexagonal oblong. I don't know what you would call it. Are they 8-sided? 1, 2, they're 8-sided. It's an octagon then, isn't it? But it's a squashed octagon. Those really do need some polishing because they're quite grubby. But they say EPNS inside. 2, I thought I had a set, oh they are, yeah, 3 brass ones with this design on, which I don't know if I can get the camera to pick it up. It's kind of a feathered cross, and it looks familiar to me as if I ought to remember it from somewhere, and I don't know where. I'll try and take a photo of that and pop the photo on the screen because that'll probably show it better than try and show you it on the camera. That design is just familiar to me, and I don't know why. Don't know where it's niggling away. And I think the only 2 that I haven't shown you are these little 2. And again, these have got, none of them are marked, but they are octagonal as well, and they're kind of a brushed chrome. Yeah. If I do, I've got 3 sets of 4 there. If I do 3 sets of 4 at a tenner a piece, and then the 3 brass ones at a tenner because brass seems to go more, and then the individual ones at a 5 each, and this pair at some maybe 8 quid. I think that's a jolly good return because Steve wanted a 5 on those. That's how it came to 15 in the end. A 5 on the rings, £3 on my filler bag, and 7 quid on everything else. So I'm very happy with that. Very happy. And speaking of my filler bag, here it is. Here it is. It's a good bit Bristolian for you people who are not from Bristol, British. I've got a pack of Spanish vocabulary flashcards. Again, varying price on these. They cost about 30 quid new, but used they seem to go for about a tenner, so that's a nice pickup for a filler bag. I have a vintage evening bag made by, I don't know if you can see the label in there, it says made in England, and then this logo says CFR, and that is CF Reader, and they made evening bags and handbags for our late Queen and her sister Princess Margaret in the 50s and 60s, so that's quite a nice little piece of interest there. Tammy and I did look at that and think it might be nice for cruise, but it's also really nice and somebody might want to buy it. So I have a Moulin Roti comforter. It's got specks of fluff on the back, but it's not actually dirty. It just looks like it's been kicked around on the car boot floor, to be honest. One of those. A Marks and Spencer's plush giraffe. Probably a tenner on him. 2 packs of Miss Sophie's nail wraps, which I only picked up on a whim. I wish there'd been more of them. When I got home, I realised they sell for about £4.50 a pack, so I'll stick those 2 on for a £5. As you can see, this pack has been opened, but I'll stick those 2 on for a £5 for the pair. A Learn French with Paul Noble language kit, which is nicely all there and possibly unused. Are these sealed? No, they're not sealed. I thought from it the discs were sealed. Annoyingly, I think we've chipped this. I don't think this was chipped when I picked it up. This is a Pool England plate. I had a set of 4 that were similar but smaller, and they were seasons. And later on in the bag, there's another one. But I don't mean today. I had this set of 4 previously and sold them for quite nice money. But yeah, I think we've chipped this. I don't think it was chipped when I picked it up. But then we did put it into the bag with some stainless steel photo frames, so it's not surprising it got chipped for me. These are really quite heavy. Stainless steel photo frames. I do reasonably well with little bundles of chrome and silver plated and brass photo frames. So when I saw these, I thought, oh, we'll grab and put them. They're freezing. They're really cold to the touch. But yeah, stainless steel photo frames, brushed steel, whatever next. Whatever next. They were the let's tuck it in anyway. But as I said, I do quite well with brass, so I've got a brass photo frame there. I got this silver plated one. Don't know where it's from originally. Somewhere here there's a tiny one. I'm not sure where it's from. Bear with. Anthony threw this in. We thought we'd take it to my mum's and leave it outside our front door. It's a senior moment in progress. Anthony grabbed a little pair of headphones that he wanted. There's another brass and enamel, or brass and I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. It might be resin. Don't know. Photo frame there. A knob. A knob. A knob for the front room door. We took the knob off because it took the handle off. We had a handle. The handle was broken and it kept catching on people's clothes. We took it off and I thought, if I see a knob, I'll get one. And I saw a knob, so that's a knob for the front room door. A Franklin Mint World Savers medal. These were given out to NatWest customers when they had a promotion going with World Wildlife Fund. This is the Eagle one from 1991. Varying prices from £10 down to £4. A very random egg poacher, but it was such a sturdy design, I thought it might have been a bit pricey to start with. A cut glass tiled vintage paperweight. Somebody's got this one on Etsy for £18. There's a couple of Casio calculators in here. This one does not have its case. There's a pink one somewhere here that has its case. There we go. Again, calculators are something that can be very hit and miss, but if I'm doing fill a bag, they're going in, because why on earth wouldn't you? I can't open that. Fighting it and not winning. There we go, it slides out. Barbie pink. Somebody might want. The kids are allowed calculators in exams now, aren't they? There's a couple of things in the bottom of the bag, underneath the big thing. Hang on. The last couple of fill a bag items were a Spa Relax Pulse Point White Company. I don't know if it's a sleepy thing. A sleep aid. Lavender, you just rub it on your pulse points to help you sleep. Another tiny brass photo frame in a box. Solid brass, that one, there you go. Brand new and unused. So I've probably got enough photo frames for another little bundle now, because I think I've got some at the unit as well. Might have to pop off there this afternoon and see what I can ferret out. This one is not Pool, this is Austria. And I had a set of 4 of these, and I don't think... This one's winter, obviously, but I had all 4, and I sold those quite well. I don't think I'm going to get much for just one. But I'm bloody annoyed that we chipped this one. They're very similar, but they're not, obviously not quite the same. Very annoyed that we chipped that. I'm fairly sure the chip is going to be in the bottom of this bag somewhere. And in this bag is Anthony's pickup as well. This was also fill a bag. This is a Mega Bloks pirate ship. He thinks most of it's there on first glance. There's other bits in the box, other bits in the bag rather. So on first glance he thinks most of it's there. I had a look online and somebody's got one listed for 145 quid. So he said even if all the bits aren't there, he's going to bang it on at sort of 50 quid with offers and he'll make a quick turnaround on it, which I thought was absolutely fair enough. That is it. Where am I going to put this monster now? That's it. That is the haul and all of the haul. Thank you for joining me for this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. As you can see, it's a very random mixture of stuff again, but it is surprising. I will pick up all sorts of stuff, and it's surprising what I get home and discover, oh, that was actually a much better pickup than I realised. Sometimes I just chance in my arm. Sometimes it turns out not to be. I'm not perfect, and I'm not very clever. And sometimes it turns out to be a pile of rubbish. But even the rubbish sells for more than I pay for it. Just it isn't all valuable antiques. Speaking of which, the tortoiseshell pot from last week. I found a very nice seller on eBay who sold the knobs. He sent me a replacement knob. He put a note in saying if the fix isn't right, let me know, I'll send you a replacement fixing. He's sending out another fixing because this has got a screw on it. And my little tortoiseshell pot will be good to go. That's me done. Thank you for joining me for this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you next week with another one. Take care. Bye for now.